Hello and welcome to the morning meeting. Building Jomboy Media. My name is Jimmy. His name is Mattholomew, and we are going to talk about the company, answer some questions that you guys have. So click the like button at the end if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment, ask a question if you have something you want to hear about, because we just scour the comments and answer questions about what we're doing here and why we're doing it. That's the show. Hey, hi.
Hey.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What is that logo? Wild?
Old Villanova logo.
I thought it was a Minnesota Wild at first.
Yeah. Old Villanova.
Hockey guy. Not the colors or anything. I just saw Wild.
Test. Okay. At first, I couldn't hear myself.
Test.
I think these headphones are incredibly low, but that's okay.
Can you hear me now?
I think I just hear you in the room. I see the levels over there, though, so that's good.
Welcome to the show.
Good. I'm good.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I have a busy day. I'm regretting making my Tuesdays meetings day.
Huh.
Because content's slipping into the schedule. The last couple Monday nights I've looked at, that's what I do. I don't look at my calendar until the night before. Right. The last couple I've looked. Do you want to see mine today? Have you seen it?
I can see it. Let me see.
It's...
Oh, yes. I see a big content block.
It's wall to wall. 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, that's prep time. 12:15 to 1:15, 1:15 to 3:15, 3:30 to 4, 4 to 4:45, 5 to 5:15. That's too many things right in a row. So that's how I set up my schedule, but things keep leaking in. Because this week I'm doing a lot of warehouse stuff because we're filming Blitzball Battle 6 next week, and we're doing a lot of production stuff. So like I said I need Wednesday and Friday to like go to a quiet room by myself, and I'm going to write. I have to write a script for the first introductory episode, just like placeholder and segments and structure of it. And then the organization of the orientation and package. And I have a lot of shit I want to do. So things got pushed to today and stuff.
I see.
Yeah.
It's also a shitty day for Pat Hoberg. That was the first thing that I have listed here.
Fired. If anyone doesn't know, Pat Hoberg got fired. Umpires don't usually get fired. They get demoted or stop getting assignments, or they get like silently pushed out. It's very rare that the league comes out and says this umpire has been fired because the union's so strong. But he was involved in gambling, which you can't do. He shared an account. If anyone doesn't know, he shared an account. This is what they're saying. He shared an account with a friend, a betting account. So they just like shared passwords. Like if I gave you my info and login. He says he didn't place any bets, but also they checked his text messages and he had deleted some,
right? Which
you can't do. And if anyone doesn't know what Pat Hoberg is, he is the only umpire to ever get a perfect game. I did a video on him. I loved his technique. So it's just say it ain't so, ho. Good one gone. But you're not allowed to make jokes or anything on Twitter because they don't understand anything.
Yeah, that was the second part of this. Before that, though, I was thinking there's no way to really video figure out what the use cases were, I guess, right? Like they would have to say, hey, he bet on this game, or his account bet on this game, and you go and find it.
Yeah. Originally, this came out like last spring training because he wasn't part of the season last year. And I think they said like it wasn't games he umped. I don't know. You just can't be involved with gambling when you're an umpire, obviously. But he was a good ump.
Yeah. I mean, a perfect game. And
like if John Tumpane goes next. Actually, I don't know if Tumpane still grades out well. There's some good ones out there that we don't know because they're young. Ump Scorecards. So yeah, he's out. I made a video. I was feeling very loopy. End of the day yesterday. Pat Hoberg. I made a video saying, "Say it ain't so." What did he do? I mean, in person, I was laying it on even thicker. I was spreading fan fiction saying that his friend was just trying to get the sign up bonus bets.
Yeah,
and it was like, Pat, give me your email. I need these sign up bonus bets, and I was laying it on real thick. made a video on Twitter, which I thought I laid it on incredibly thick. I mean, it ends with a close-up of my nose, and I'm not talking in a normal voice the entire time. But we're not in the middle of the season, so I think because during the last season, I wasn't fazed by, oh yeah, people just get upset or just interpret everything. Has been a while, so I was on the train ride home with like nothing else to do, so because I couldn't get a seat, so I was just standing and I was just looking at all the replies in the quote tweets. People sending me to their wolves saying how terrible. Which is whatever. I mean, I thought I laid on the sarcasm very thick. Some people it's not even part of their brain. What bothers me about internet generation is that everything has to be a take. Like, people that were really mad at me, whatever, they just missed whatever. But the people that were like not mad, but like, I just disagree with your take. I'm like, I didn't have a take. I made a dumb fucking joking, sarcastic response. But that's bothered me since like day one of like being a creator. It's like, bad take. I'm like, it wasn't a take. It's just thinking out loud or just like asking a question. But that's just like everything. Say it ain't so. And then, dude, Foolish was making jokes about it, and everyone else was making like all these like funny jokes about it. And I was like, wait, what happened? But say it ain't so. Pat Hoberg. Sharing an account. Betting on the game.
Can't do it. You can't do that.
He was good. Who's another good umpire? Not Laz Diaz. Okay, the best umpires. Looks like a guy named Adam Beck.
Never heard of him.
Right? I bet if I sort this by worst, you'll know the names.
Probably.
I don't know what all these things mean. Like all the numbers on this. Max accuracy, min accuracy, average. The hell does this
do anything for you?
I know that face, but I don't really know him. Average leverage, correct calls. This website needs I need an index. Look at all these numbers. I'm guessing G is games. Pitches called, PC. Incorrectly called, IC. And then like X incorrectly. Expected incorrect. Then correct calls, expected correct calls. Correct call accuracy. Larry Vanover. You know that name?
No.
Really? CB Buckner, you know that name?
Yes.
He's second worst at correct call accuracy. Hunter Wendelstedt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the old guys. It's just people's eyes go, their focus goes, and like the method of calling pitches has changed a little bit. Manny Gonzalez, Rob Drake, Mike Estabrook. I know all these names when sorted from worst. Now, if I sort from best, Alex Tosi, I don't know that name. Edwin Moscoso, I don't know. Adam Hamari, I think I know that name. I think Boone got into it with him once. Why can't I click that? All right, we can skip this. People aren't. Yeah. Adam Hamari is so sassy. Him and Boone got into it big time. It was a funny thing where Boone was yelling at him like, he was yelling at Boone, and Boone's like, you're like yelling at me like I'm a manager. No, you're yelling at me like you're the manager. Like Boone, like the theatrics here, I yell at you. That was a funny one. So yeah. Hey, Vic Carapazzi, he did good. That's good. This says that the most games behind the plate is 34. Is that true?
This, I don't think I love the Twitter account. This site isn't doing anything for me.
Because you don't know all the things.
I don't even feel like I can sort correctly.
Wait, this site?
Yeah, I'm on the same thing.
You can sort by correct call accuracy.
CCAX.
Larry Vanover's the worst.
I see that. Laz isn't as far down as I thought.
But what's interesting to me is the games. Like the most games umped is 34.
Which,
let's see. I mean, say 162 divided by 4 is 40.
Okay.
Because there's 4 umpires. But they get like, they don't work. Sometimes you go to New York and you work the replay rooms.
Right.
And sometimes you just get off. So I guess that makes sense. 162 divided by 3 is around 54 series in a season. And if you were to work every series, 54 divided by 4, that gets you to 13. Math, I'm going to stop.
And that's fine. It makes sense because there's 90 umps.
So say it ain't so, Pat Hoberg.
Yeah, Pat. He's not even on this. Oh, he wasn't in there last year.
Should have been a bad ump. But they don't have as much control because they're not consistent, I guess.
You think Pat's going to be the highest if we do the previous year?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, dude. But he didn't get playoffs at the end of 2023, I don't think, and that was weird to me.
He's 5th in 2023. 5th.
Who's number 1?
Quinn Walcott.
Hey, Q-Dub. Who say the next names?
Oh, I went with the last ones. Nate Tomlinson, Ryan Wills, Alan Porter, Pat Hoberg, Alex Tosi.
I know Alan Porter. You know Alan Porter. He gets ejections a lot. Alex Tosi, I don't really know. Good for him, dude.
Yeah, good for you. Let me see him.
Yeah, I know. I recognize the face, but no. Like, good for him. People should know his name more. He's on the list 2 years in a row. And who was the other name you said before Alan Porter?
He was the top this year and the 6th or 4th the previous year.
Who else?
Nate Tomlinson. Did you get that?
No, Nate. How you spell Tomlinson? With an H or no?
No.
Nate Tomlinson. Don't know him either. Looks a lot like Quinn Walcott.
Did you do Ryan Wills?
I know that name. No, I don't. I just lied. I mean, probably because Ryan and Wills are both common names, but I looked at Ryan Wills, the umpire, don't know him at all. Did he do a lot of games? He looks young.
Oh yeah, all these guys, a lot of games.
Wow, good job, everybody. Alex Tosi, shout out. Okay.
I mean, that was that. The worst names in 2023 make a lot of sense. Wendelstadt, CB Buckner, 2 names I don't know, Brian Onora, Doug Eddings, then Angel, then Laz.
Onora and Eddings have been around for a while. You would know Brian Onora if you saw his face.
I'll Google him while we move on. One of the things that is on your calendar today is the start, I believe, of TPPs. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm texting with them right now because we haven't had like a meeting to plan them, so I feel like we're jumping the gun recording. But yeah, we're supposed to be starting today. But I kind of want to rethink how should we do them? What segments should we add? How do we get people involved? So we'll see. There's text flying right now that I can't keep up with. But yes, we are starting today.
Maybe it'll be a little prep session today.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
For PPPs?
Yeah. Goldie, Bellinger.
It's early. I'm not in like spring training mode.
Right.
So I'll probably get excited once we start doing them.
Yeah.
But usually I feel more like in the mode of spring training. I don't know. Sometimes one time Jake and I did them in like November or December. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I haven't got into this is my meeting day, so it's a different brain. So when I found that I was doing the content today, I was a little bummed because I'm like, I would like prep time and to plan for that and to like go in and especially the very first one, be able to wrap my mind around it. So I didn't realize it was falling on this day, which is supposed to be a more like back end meetings, not talking besides this show day. So I have to get myself ready for it.
Okay.
The music will help.
The music definitely will help. In the world of Talkin Yanks, Alex Dickinson asked last episode about the Boone contract. A little bit looking back, how did the Boone contract end up performing? How much of a priority is it to re-up for the upcoming season?
Yeah, we're in talks with Boone right now. Jake is in talks with Boone's representatives about the plan for next year. I think both parties want to redo it, maybe with some changes. and some other stuff like events, content, how else to involve him. I don't know if we've landed anywhere. The events is very hard to do because he's got a busy schedule. We've got busy schedules. We had to do like a Monday weeknight night last time, which I don't know, isn't ideal for anyone, I don't think. So there's also a way to get him to come to the office and just appear on shows, help boost other shows. Like the whole new line of thinking is everything we do this year, the goal is to make the flagship shows bigger, broader, and attack it multiple ways. So like when we're talking about Boone's contract, it's like, okay, well, how can, he's helping Talkin Yanks a great deal. How can he help Talking Baseball, Warehouse, We Get Ice, main channel breakdowns? Is there any way we can implement him there and make the bigger? I think that's what we're trying to figure out. Like I liked when he came to the office and did a bunch of stuff in the office. I think that was easier for him. And then the most recent update I got from Jake was we might be discussing doing like 3 eps a month instead of every week. Just so like when there's long road trips or there's not much. I think last season there was some times where we're like, not much has happened. But I'm not involved in the negotiation, the chats like Jake is leading that. So we'll see. But yeah, I think it does well for us. It's fun. There's all sorts of different value from views going bigger, from social media going bigger, and then from just like perceived value of having him on the show. When we go do the best, I got to clear my throat.
Don't mind that.
I can just feel it.
Been there. I mean, we can also cut this out, I guess.
Cut it or mute it, play sound effects. There's a ton of value. So we're trying to get it done and just trying to always rework and rethink best ways to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That day he came in was great. Just, with the car wash here, so easy just to plug and play in a bunch of different spots. That sporkle that he did of just naming the guys that were on the Yankees under his tenure, that's one of the best performing Talkin Yanks videos, stuff like that.
Oh, it is?
I think so. I mean, maybe this postseason messed with that a little, but...
True, and everything after the postseason, like Talkin Yanks is still kind of booming.
It is...
Well, it's slowed down a little because the Yanks haven't done anything.
Yes, yeah. It's the 5th most watched video on that channel.
Wow.
So.
I just realized it makes sense. This is our driest month. I mean, just like insight into any of our creators in the baseball space. Like even We Got Ice, even though they're not like covering baseball, but they're baseball adjacent. You're like, this is the toughest. January, early February is the toughest time for us because the algorithm doesn't showcase us. Even like people that watch our stuff, if they take breaks over the year, they take a break these couple months. All natural, and we have to try and navigate around. But it's like it's almost defeating, but it's not it's not anything we can do about it. In a way, we can and we can try, and we've done enough to like persevere. Like we still have like profitable months, and we still get good views and all that. But it's just like, and then when spring training comes around, and you get to April, and all of a sudden the fucking line and like promotion and people coming and finding you, it feels so good. But every year around this time, I have to remember like this is nature of it.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. It definitely hits and doesn't feel good. I
have it as the 4th most watched. Maybe a live got more.
I'm on the videos tab and press popular. You don't have it as the 5th?
I just content, videos, views.
Oh, you're on the back end.
Yeah.
That's a lie then.
What do you have as 4th?
I got A-Rod 3 million. You get that?
Yeah, A-Rod 3 million.
Yankees lose the World Series.
230.
Yep. Brett Gardner's career ejections.
143.
Yankees get their hearts broken. Game 1 live reaction.
Oh, well, you know what?
120.
I have that as 120, and I have
Boone as 114.
But they're not.
Right.
They're in the wrong order on my screen.
Back end gets all funky. sometimes.
Wow.
Sorting by views on the back end doesn't work for whatever reason.
It's weird.
It's so weird. They have everything else nailed down so well, and then sorting on views feels so basic, and it doesn't do it.
Okay, yeah. So that's the answer on the Boone question. Want to do it in the process of getting it done, and then just organizing it.
Yeah. Switching gears a little, Jomboy and Jake TV. I saw a number of comments on the Zoombinis episode from yesterday, which that was crazy game.
I haven't looked at those comments. What are people saying?
2 weeks without guts. What the hell?
Yeah, Zoombinis was a little weird too.
I didn't know what the game was until I clicked on the video.
I still don't really know what it is.
Yeah, I didn't. I watched a bit of it. I didn't watch it the whole thing.
Someone quoted me. Yeah, we will round up. We are honest people. Not 1 second later. Yeah, let's round down. 34. What the fuck was that milk ad? What was that? Oh, is that when we cut to a fake ad?
Yeah.
That was my idea, I think. All right, take a quick break, and we just like played an ad from 1980s and then came back. Yeah, JJTV is a grind. I need to change that to we release one episode a week. I mean, I know what I want to do. I need to talk to... I pitched it. It didn't get approved by Jake and Zach, but I want to do it.
Yeah, I think the overall idea here is going to once a week, trying to find something else to fill in that second hole each week, but trying out new games. Like, I don't know how consistently you guys will put out Guts. I mean, you could do it once a week, but
I think
it'll be a little less regular.
Yeah. We keeps getting to the end of the week, and then I have to work on like a Friday night or a Saturday to fulfill my breakdowns, or record things you missed, which are in that new section of flagship shows. And I keep saying, what is getting in the way of me not doing this? And those JJTV binges take a while. They take a whole day. Not a whole day. It take half a day, which is a lot. So I want to cut that. I need to cut that down.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to do 2 a week on the channel because it's it's extra fun
value.
Content, and the sustainability of that is kind of taken away on me. But I thought of a plan that 2 episodes come out a week on that channel. One is when we record Weekly Dumb, we just roll that so you get the full like behind the scenes uncut. Zach takes that footage, starts editing it for the polished, hilarious version that goes on the main channel. Jake and I just roll the cameras for the next like half hour and do a baseball lineup, do other news, talk about our lives, answer questions, open fan mail, and all of that just gets posted to JJTV as Jomboy Jake Radio. And it's like an hour show. The first half is Weekly Dumb uncut. Second half is some old school JJR stuff. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, I could pitch it again. But that allows us to stay twice a week on JJTV. I'm very much into skinning the cat 2 ways. And you have to kill the cat first if you're skinning it.
That's a fair point.
That's just from vet school. I remember that. But
no way.
So Weekly Dumb now, that time is fulfilling 2 channels, 2 different types of media. Jake and I get to banter. But yeah, JJTV, I don't think we can do twice a week anymore, especially during the season. It's too hard. I need to organize myself. So warehouse games, Talkin Yanks, breakdowns are 80% of my week.
Yeah, all of those things are flagship. I think the nature of the JJTV content, the lane that we've selected on that channel, just really long, right? You guys are watching 40-minute episodes, and you have to do 2 a week, so you're struggling to ever get ahead. which we have the ability to change.
And I
that.
love doing it, so that's why I'm never. I don't want to kill it. Like I also need to do it because it's a fun escape. Yeah. But it just takes up a lot of time.
I have one broad question, and then we can dive into some warehouse things, and then I have a game prep for the end.
A game,
they say. Remember to press the subscribe and like button. Actually, Jimmy said don't press the like button until you're done watching. I've never heard anybody say that.
Make sure you like it.
Make sure
I want dishonest likes.
You like it. Oh, okay. I see. Anything significant? We had a board meeting last week. I say we, like I was a part of it. It wasn't the case, but anything significant come from that you can share?
No, we had a good year. So I think I talked about this recently a couple episodes ago on this show. Someone asked me how did the year go? It went really good. So just kind of presenting to the board. Corny presented the plans that we had and succeeded, and then moving forward, we had our leaders meeting as well. I don't know if we talked about this on here because I think I said I wanted to address the company first, right?
Yes, which we now have because it was 2 weeks ago. Last episode.
So, I mean, I think there's an ebb and flow of companies like ours, and we found stability last year, built a good management team, and are more set up to do new things, which the first go around of like growth, we weren't set up well. We're just messy. So we're not messy anymore. I mean, sure, we can always get better in certain areas. I'm not saying like we're perfect, but we're set up pretty well. We have a really good leadership team. We have good departments. Good energy is in the office again. So the plan for this year is to grow and be looser and make the flagship shows bigger. And then we have some developing brands, make those into flagship brands. But then there's a third column where I want no pressure on creators. I want just try a ton of things. And there's no pressure. It doesn't have to be successful. You can quit after 5 episodes if you don't like it, if it's not working. But I want like a third column of just doing anything willy-nilly, behind the scenes content, take your phone around, bring people into our world, go back to being like raw, and you can see the office and behind the scenes. And like we've already done that. Like I've done some makeshift stuff where I did an episode on here like morning baseball, or I picked a card and then was like, I'm going to go give myself 10 minutes to find a fun fact about this player on socials, which on Instagram everyone liked. So a lot of stuff like that. And I want all the creators to just be throwing shit out there. And then eventually stuff will stick is the hope. And then we'll probably have to go back to another year of like, okay, let's take what's working and refine it, put structure behind it, make sure it's got opportunity to grow, and you trim all. I keep using the example of like hedges or like trees, like trim the trees, make it, stable, and then, okay, we're good. Let it grow, get wild again. So that's the kind of energy and vibe we want for this year. Flagship shows get bigger, and just trying a bunch of new stuff. And I think we're going to be hiring some new creators soon. I don't know if we've posted that publicly yet, but we will. And we don't need someone that has like established shows or established anything, and we're going to be able to sell on it right away. It's more like I want to do incubator system. This person fits our vibe and energy, and they can, be part of the warehouse, be part of all the group things we do, but then have their own stuff they're chasing with their own voice. And we give them the tools and resources to like go have no pressure incubator, do what you want. In the meantime, got to fulfill, like, you got to be here, be in the office. You need to fulfill like company ad deals, backfill like inventory. And in return, you get all our resources and freedom to create and get the promotion of being part of us. That's the plan. But yeah, as we keep selling like social stuff that involves like a lot of people, we need more creators to fulfill those, and push merch and just help the company move forward. So that's kind of what we're looking at. That's the main gig, and then create whatever you want, grow. And if those click, then you probably get a new deal, and it gets upped. And we've always taken care of people once they reach that level of like, okay, doing well.
Oh yeah. I'm going to shift gears. I would ask more questions there, but we don't have a ton of time. So I want to shift gears because we have a few warehouse bullets. The first thing is that we're updating warehouse stats a little bit. We're doing a rewatch now, rewatching all 5 of the blitzball tournaments, going through, making sure all the stats are good. But we're also adding a spray chart. This is something that you had wanted, Jimmy, and I slacked. If you open the morning Slack, I sent the chart areas for you to see. Rob, you can put this on the screen. I wanted you to guess. I've watched like half of BB5. What do you think the areas that get hit the most are?
In general?
Yeah. Balls in play. This is like if it's out or a hit.
Well, I would say, is 12 zone 2 ceiling?
Yeah.
I would say 12 and 4 get hit a lot.
You're undervaluing 2 of the zones.
1 and 2?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so by 4 I meant 2. I meant grounders to that wall.
Okay, so then your thinking's pretty good. The most hit area is 2. We have 17 hits there.
That's a ground ball to the right side.
Right.
Yeah.
I was if I had to guess, I would have said that 1 is the most because people pull the ball. At least I think that way, but in reality, no.
Yeah, but not a lot of people pull the ball. I mean, I probably hit 1 and 2 the most. And Trev has to be the leader at 13.
I've not gone that deep as of now, but it was 2, then 1, then 12.
Yeah. It's ground balls and pop-ups.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I'm interested because we're building for the broadcast of Blitzball Battle 6. There's going to be like these little like meet the players, like 30-second like mini docs about each player, storylines. And when you guys are done with these spray charts, like 1 or 2, definitely 1, I want to be based off what you find. So like the most in the first 3 battles, he exclusively pulled the ball, but he made a change and now he's doing this. Or,
right.
You know, every out that Joe's has hit has gone to whatever it is. I don't know what it's going to be.
Yep.
But it is interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm also excited to conduct those interviews.
We're doing something Thursday, right?
I hadn't heard that, but still excited.
I have the whole form filled out. You saw that, but we need to like then after findings like add some customized things for people.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to some questions. Remember to ask yours below. Patrick asked, why was floorball replaced in Captain's League? Also, will floorball have a franchise league this year? Second half of the question, yes. Floorball will be in the franchise league.
I'm writing that whole episode now. Warehouse Cup 2026. You have no idea.
Out, Rob.
You have no idea.
Cut it out.
Floorball was replaced in Captain's League because we don't have enough people that know how to play hockey.
Yeah.
That, and then it made it much easier because setting up the tiles and the floors is difficult to do. Not difficult, but once you set up, you got to record it. So then you would have to record Floorball Captain's League and Floorball franchise in the same like month, which is tough because it limits our scheduling. We also always want to be creating new sports and having new stuff, and Captain's League's the place to do that.
Yeah.
And then Floorball was the easiest one to say no because of the logistics and also because of the product.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I was just on Reddit searching. I was searching up something about our Floorball, and a Reddit thread came up of like Floorball, and they shared the game in like
Captain's League,
and they shared they shared the Captain's League video, and I was heartbroken because if they shared a video from Floorball 3 with the back walls in play and any of those first couple games, it would have been such a good representation of what we're doing and like helping the sport. But it was a Captain's League video, which is not, people aren't holding the sticks right. It looks like elementary school. I mean, it was really bad. If you are, not that we're trying to be the best athletes, but I mean, that was like the equivalent of like if we made half the teams play lefty in blitzball or offhand.
Yeah.
Like some people just weren't holding a stick. You could tell they've never held a stick. So when it goes to those circles, people are like, oh, floorball, they're playing floorball. It's like, ugh.
Did you respond?
No. This was a long time ago. It got posted.
Old.
They were nice in there. It wasn't a lot of comments, but Jomboy floorball. But yeah.
Damn. Well, speaking of spoilers, after mine, Ryan said, since you record warehouse videos so early, have you ever had a problem where someone leaks results?
Yeah, I leaked once.
When?
On this show, when I was interviewing Steve Dangle, I was talking about Steve Dangle.
I don't really remember.
Yeah, it wasn't. And someone else has before. In very, not necessary ways.
Yeah.
But as we get more crowds and more people in there, we are trying to figure out, what do you do? Do you tell them, hey, no cell phones?
Yeah, I think BB5, we ran into that more than we have before just because we made an effort to bring in more crowd. And just by nature, there's now 30 more cell phones, non-employee cell phones in the room, which does make it a little tough. So, yeah, I don't know. My vote is for, the comedy cellar where you just bag phones and they're, anti-break bags. But
yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Not worth the risk.
Yeah. I don't know. And then it's just talking about it afterwards and all that stuff.
I think we've been pretty good about that.
Decent, yeah. Yeah, no, we've been good.
Yeah. All right, last question, then we have our game. We'll wrap up. Tingus Pingus, a regular commenter, lost the word. A regular commenter, Tingus Pingus, says, hey, Jimmy, I'm a long-time fan of Baggage.
Thank you.
Interested to know if you and Jake have watched the Netflix doc on Jerry Springer.
I have not.
Did you know it was a thing?
I knew it was a thing. I'll watch the first couple minutes to see if I'm interested in it. I have a very quick tap out in me now on shows because we're documentary overload. There was a documentary. I watched the first 10 minutes of the Diddy doc, and then I was just oh, I don't want to watch this at all. I watched the first couple minutes of the Girls Gone Wild doc, and I was oh, I don't just the way they're doing it and the tone is oh, there's so much fluff. I'm interested in Jerry Springer show doc, but they could lose me fast, I'll say.
Yeah, it's not about Baggage at all, right?
No, it's just about the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
I'd be more interested if it comes from behind the scenes history of the show making of. I like that type of stuff. I don't really like documentaries with agendas. I never have. I like kind of the telling of how this came to be. The American Gladiators documentary, I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed how the way they went about it. I mean, it kind of had an agenda towards the end, anti-steroid, and the people got fucked over, which is true. But it was mostly this is the story of how this happened. I like those a lot.
Right.
It's more history than tear down docs or expository docs. I'm not interested in those.
Makes sense. Cool.
I'd rather just read an article. Not that I'm not interested in tearing things down and exposing and getting to the truth of the matter, but I'd rather read an article.
Right. Makes sense. Leave questions that we did not answer in this episode down below. I will admit, it was hard to find the questions last step because there were so many comments because people were upset that you said, are the Dodgers ruining baseball? ? There's so many comments. But if there's anything we didn't answer, leave it below.
A lot of people were upset with me, even though I said, not yet, no.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
All right. So what I want you to do here, first intro to the camera for us to make this into a short, but I have a bunch of, Cameo, the site.
Yeah.
I pulled a number of MLB players or baseball adjacent things, cameos, and the prices. I want you to do a guess the price / is it higher or lower than the person before them?
Can you give me Well, higher or lower I can do.
Yeah. So
I don't know I don't know the range.
Exactly.
I was on Cameo in 2020, 2021.
Yeah. So I think we could do higher or lower. The range being surprising is like part of it. So we could just do higher or lower.
Okay.
So if you scroll, I don't really want to be in if we make this into a short. So if you scroll slow enough, you'll see the person before the price.
Okay. All right. Guessing MLB players' Cameo prices. First one, Manny Ramirez. Give me a number and I'll go higher or lower because I have no idea range.
Okay. I'll say $150.
I'm going to say he is lower. I had him as, Manny, how many? He's not active. I was going to say he was 125 in my head before I even asked you a number. 125, lower than 150. 224. Good for him. Was he number 24? Was that a thing?
Maybe.
Next up, Jason Giambi. I'm going to say he's lower than Manny Ramirez because Manny's got Boston fan base that will pay till he's dead. I don't know if Giambi has, he's a Yankee, but I don't think he's got a fan base like that he can just tap into at all times. $95. Also some steroid stuff. I mean, Manny's not the cleanest record, but he's Manny. Okay, now let's see. Clint Frazier. I'm going to guess Clint because I don't even know if it's worth his time right now, which is the other thing. Like, is he just doing this or is he busy? I would say he's $100, $5 more than Giambi, $250. See, that's more if he doesn't want to do a ton of them.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it.
Then he thinks he's worth that time. Because that's what happened when I had Cameo. I was like, I want to raise this to I can only do like a couple a week because you get paralyzed and you want to make every single one worth it to people. And then you feel guilty. And then I was like, but if I raise the price, then it looks like I'm self-important. So I just got rid of Cameo. But no knock on Clint there. If people will pay him and he does a good job for them, great. Ozzie Smith. See, this one, I think someone else is running for him and they just have a day in his life where he sits down and rips them. So I don't think it's going to be higher. I think it's going to be like $100. 121.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah. Okay. Nestor. Now, again, he's in season. He's playing. He's part of the Yankees. He probably does not want to do a ton of these, and he's an active player. So I'm going to guess he's higher, like in the Clint Frazier $250, $300 range, $500. See? And once he's retired, then and he has more time and someone's managing it, it will come down. $500 for Nestor. Big Papi. I mean, I'm going to guess he's like $500 too and just does a ton. He might be like a hybrid $300 a post because he's got more time. $620 should have went up there. He's like the most beloved man in Red Sox, Dominican Republic, so good for him. Let's see. Mr. and Mrs. Met. Now, this should be reasonably priced because it's for the fans and mostly for little kids. I'm going to hope this is like $75 to $100, and I'm not going to get mad. It is $200. Only 44 reviews, so they're not even getting that many.
No.
That should be lower.
They don't speak, right?
I don't know. Mo. Has this come down of recent?
I don't know if he's changed his prices recently.
$400. $750. Yikes. Bryce Harper.
It's the last one.
$1,000. Although he's got time for TikTok.
He does have time for TikTok.
But I don't think he wants to do this. So I think if someone does it, it's going to be worthwhile. I'm going to say like the most money we've seen yet. $900. I was close.
Yeah, it was a pretty good guess.
Yeah, it's just about time. Because if you don't have time, then you're not going to make a good cameo for someone, and then you feel terrible about it. So, I mean, the higher prices, even Clint, never defend Clint, but I'll defend him. If he doesn't, he's going to charge what gets him the amount that he thinks he can actually deliver properly. Cameo's paralyzing. I had it for like 2 months. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
All right, and that's the up. Thank you guys for watching, and
Auf Wiedersehen.
Fine by me.
You don't know what that means?
No, but happy to end the episode on it.
I think it's German for goodbye.
I was gonna guess that. Felt accurate.
Nope, it's not.
I don't even know how to spell it to search it.
Well, I would search Dankeschön lyrics. Does he say Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön?
You're right. Until we meet again in German.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I recall Central Park in fall, how you tore that dress. What a mess, I confess. Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Goodbye.
I never heard that song.